Hello everybody, my name is Tina. If you don't mind, I'm just going to put a timer on because I'm going to put a timer on because I have a really bad habit of talking for like 10 hours, so just let me make sure that I know. So, as Gary kindly introduced me there, I am Carly Anderson. All those of you may know me as Flipping Belfast. And I'm going to start tonight because I was in a place, a very different place 4 years ago. I was flipping doing nothing, that's what I was doing. Although a lot of people thought I was doing a lot. I was a civil servant, and I was having what I would call a really comfortable, complacent life. And I'm going to bet money that there's people here tonight who are doing exactly the same. I won't make you stand up, I won't make you put your hand up or anything. But there's people here who are maybe sitting in a job that's like, it's comfortable, isn't it? This is me in civil service. I was getting paid like £2,500 a month. It was easy. Was it like, was every desire being reached? No, absolutely not, 100%. But it wasn't awful. You know, it wasn't brilliant, but it wasn't awful. And that's, sometimes it needs to get really awful before we're willing to make a change. So my awful came. I was there, I was comfortable, I had this job, I was married. I bought this house and things were looking good. I thought, I'm going to knock that house down, because I always had a wee bit of an interest in property. So I'm going to knock this house down and I'm going to build my dream home. This is what I'm going to do. And then things started to go wrong. I got really sick, I had endometriosis. I then lost 2 babies. I had an ectopic pregnancy, I had a miscarriage. My husband and I split up, he went home to England. He said, you better get that house sold because you can't afford it yourself. The cheek of him. How dare you, Tim? Anyway, I thought, well, I don't want to sell that house because that's my dream. I want to build this dream home. And I sat in work and I looked out the window and I thought, there's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more. I'm made for more than this. I'm not waiting for a paycheck and just being unfulfilled. And I'm not losing this dream home because it's the only kind of thing I had at the time. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So I went and spoke to my mortgage advisor and said, how can I do this on my own? Tell me. And he said, well, Carly, you would need an extra £20,000. Flip me, how am I getting £20,000? And I had all these crazy ideas. I'm sure some of you guys have had like all these businesses just keep come up with. And then I watched Homes Under the Hammer. And I was like, how's that wee man made £50,000 from flipping that house? And I thought, well, if he could do it, maybe I could do that. I thought, yeah, I'm going to have a go at it. So in the midst of all this absolute chaos in my life, I went home to my mum and dad. I'm an only child, by the way. And I went home and I went, I'm going to sell my house and I'm going to buy this dump that I've seen in New Breeder and I'm going to make £20,000 on it. And my dad was like to my mum, you need to have a word with her. She's lost her mind. There's something wrong. She needs it. But I stuck with it because I thought something has to change. That was that point I got to. Like something just had to change. And I ignored everybody. I trusted myself. This is probably the first time I really trusted me and trusted my gut and thought, well, if something happens, if it doesn't work out, you know, I can still deal with it. I'll work it out, I'll figure it out. So I bought this apartment, bid on 2 apartments. You know what the market's like crazy here in Northern Ireland. So I bid on 2 apartments, didn't get one, got it. It's like, it's okay, got the second one. Every single person told me, do not buy this. My solicitor looked me in the eye and said, Carly, what money are you going to make on this £100,000 flat? I was like, it's okay, I know what I'm doing. I've decorated my house before. I might have decorated my house. I had no property experience as a civil servant. I had no tradesmen, like none at all, didn't know any. My dad used to be a painter and decorator, but I mean, he couldn't wear a plug. So I was like, I'll figure it out. I'll just find people, I'll just talk to people, I'll just ask. I just need this 20 grand, that's all I need. So the day that I got the keys to this flat, which was a dump, and my dad talked me out of it, everybody tried to talk me out of it. Are you sure? And also, everybody tried to tell me that the market was going to crash. And I just think, 4 years ago, if I had listened to those people that the market was going to crash, and just sat back and went to work and didn't do anything, I wouldn't be here looking at all your lovely faces tonight. Definitely not. And then they told me the market was going to crash for Brexit, and then they told me the market was going to crash for COVID, and then they told me the market was going to crash for the cost of living crisis, but here we are, it seems alright to me. So I set about renovating this house, and on the day I got the keys, the other house, the estate agent called and said, "Hi, listen, that one fell through, do you want that one too?" And I was like, "Well, I do have a little bit of money because it's sold my house, remember?" And I was like, "Could I do it?" And the guy said, "You can get a buy-to-let mortgage and you can do that." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sign me up, I'll do that." So there I was, no experience, no knowledge, all the gear, no idea, right? Ready to go. And I just got stuck in. I was working full time. I was in those houses at midnight putting furniture together. I was doing the best I could to get that 20 grand. But see, when I was going through it and I was handing like 600 to this tradesman and £1,000 to this tradesman, I was like, "Oh well, if we work even, it'll be alright." I'll have experience. So 6 months of hard work, very hard work, and I sold both of them and made £102,000 in 6 months. I was like, oh my goodness, I could just, if I did this like twice a year, I would never have to work again. I could just flip, and this would be a dream come true. So that was the next step in my journey. So I thought, right, okay, got the profits for that. Are you going to go and build your house yet? No, I'm going to buy 2 more properties, I'm going to flip them, and I'm going to make even more money, which is exactly what I did. And on and on and on. And I started flipping houses. I feel like I'm out of puff and haven't moved anywhere. And I started flipping houses, and I started putting this on Instagram and showing people what I was doing, because I was a wee bit nervous, just like we were talking about there, putting it out there. I don't want people to go, "Who does she think she is, a property developer?" When actually, I was a property developer, I just didn't know it yet. So I was like, right, I'm going to do this. What, 2 more houses? He didn't tell my dad right away, right? Because his first thing he said to me was, why are you buying another house? You've already done that. I was like, look at it, look, I could do this more. So I kept on going, kept on plugging. Next one was 65,000, then 69,000, then 75,000, then 100,000, and I just couldn't believe it. I had literally, in this short space of time, changed my life. And I'm not telling you these numbers to be boastful or anything, I am certainly not. I am here to tell you that in 4 years I changed my life just by believing myself and taking a chance. And that's to tell you that you can too. If that's what you're feeling, if you're thinking you could do something, it doesn't have to be properties. Actually, don't recommend it, but you can change your life. So I sometimes put all these pictures on Instagram before, after, all looks very sexy and stuff, but that's not necessarily the reality of it, because there are a million challenges. And who knows what the first challenge is? Tradesmen. Tradesmen affect my mental health more than anything in this world. I actually think tradesmen should be here tonight because they are so resilient. Because is there one here? No. Because your granny dies all the time. Your back is always sore. The van, the wheels are always there's something wrong. There's a tire gone in the van. And what else? Oh, they all split up with their wives at some point. I don't understand. So they need to be here, not me. And through all of those challenges that I was going through, I was dealing with trades. I was dealing with people's opinions, telling me what I could do and what I couldn't do. But it took me a while to realise that was their opinion of themselves. That wasn't their opinion of me. They couldn't do it, maybe, but I could do it. I'm certainly going to give it a go. So there's also trolls, like we were talking about. I was in the hairdressers today, if you can't tell, and my hairdresser said, "Did you see that comment on TikTok?" And I was like, "No." And they said, "Yeah, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have daddy's money?" I was like, "What is this woman's name?" Fanula, by the way. So all those things come, all the imposter syndrome, self-doubt, Like, I get that all the time now. Sometimes you just need a nap and just need to like reassess and go, you know what, I can actually do this. And while it was all going on, I had endometriosis, which was one of the reasons why I had ectopic pregnancy back in the day. And I was working full time. I only recently took a career break, so I was working full time. I was doing these flips. I was like doing like great fun speaking events, loads of things. But I was crippled with endometriosis. And here in Northern Ireland, the waiting lists were shocking, like 5 years. And I thought, what am I going to do? But things had changed for me. My belief had changed, my mindset had changed, my network had changed, and I was just learning new things and how to grow. So I thought, no, I'm not going to wait 5 years. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and to find some information out and heal myself. And I told my doctor this, and she was like, no, Connie, no, you can cut it out, or we can put you into early menopause. And I was like, I don't really like either of those options. But yeah, okay, cut it out. And they said 5 years, that's what you have to wait. So I got on the internet and I started researching some things in the midst of everything else going on. And I thought, no, I'm going to try all these things. And I did. I went to this wound clearing expert who had an altar for me to like pray to. I went and did acupuncture, I did yoga, I did every little thing I could. I believed in myself. I know you're going to hear Kieran shortly, and this is the kind of work that I did to heal myself. I just visualised that I was going to. And last month, I got the call for the operations. On February the 11th last year, I went in, and I said to my surgeon, here, I haven't been in much pain for the last 6 months. Do you think I've got rid of it myself? He says, no, Carly, you haven't. It's like I kind of feel like I have. No, Carly, the only way is to cut it out. I said, okay, put me under. He woke me up in the city hospital last month and said, I'm here to eat my words, Carly. There is not one bit of endometriosis in you. He came around on Monday morning and he was like, tell me how you did it so I can tell people. And I knew that I'd done it, and I knew in some people again the woo-woo thing, but I did. Now, God knows what it was it the one with the altar? It might have been, I don't know, but I tried everything. I believed that I could, and I did it. So there's been those challenges, but my mindset's changed. My goals have changed, the journey's changed. So back when I only wanted 20 grand for this house, then I was like, oh, I could flip a house. And then I was like, oh, I could build a portfolio. And now I want to teach people how to do exactly what I'm doing. Actually, I want to teach them how to do it better than me. I want to fast track them forward. I've invested in myself heavily over the last 4 years. I've went to courses in England and online training and just lots of things to improve. And I was able to hold my first course last January, how to flip a house, the first one here in Northern Ireland. And I had 12 lovely people there. And I want them to fast forward, save money. If the lowest I ever made in a house was 41,000, and they can skip out that door and make 41,000, well, I'll just be delighted with them. So yeah, the goals have changed. I want to teach people, I want to inspire people. And also, remember that house. So the house is, planning's been approved, and building plans have been done. I'm starting to get some quotes in for how much it's going to take to build it. And the build should be started by the autumn. So there you go, Tim, if you're watching this anywhere. The message really from me is the resilience aspect we all have in us. And I think a part of that is to stop playing small. Because I think all of us play small. We all know we could do a wee bit better, couldn't we? We could do a wee bit better, definitely. And I think primarily have faith. And that means faith in yourself. Faith that you can change your life. Faith that you can handle anything that comes your way. Because I'm not going to catastrophize or think about the market crash or think about all this, because who knows? Who cares, right? All I need to know is that I have faith enough that whatever comes my way, I will be resilient enough to handle it, and everybody else here probably can too. So, just do it.